Okay, so next song up is going to be Quieres. Of course, the song in Spanish tells a very dramatic story and has an excellent video to go with it, which was also Pau's directorial debut. I think it's a very strong song. I mean, every lick in it is perfectly placed. Got the right energy in the chorus. Chorus really kills. But so does the rest of the song. It really doesn't let up. Like, the whole thing is pretty strong. It's probably one of my favorites on the album. Regardless of whether or not you know Spanish, you can sing this song. All right, let's see what they have to say about it.
Okay. ¿Qué más quieres is the Spanish record on this album.
Yeah.
It's always very exciting to write songs in Spanish. We are Mexican. We were born and raised in Mexico. We still live in Mexico. You see us speaking English right now, but we usually, all the time, we just speak in Spanish.
That's correct.
But funny enough, we don't write that much in Spanish. It's really hard to write songs in Spanish, fun fact.
And we're very picky with it. Like,
Yeah,
once
very.
we want to have a good
Spanish is just a very complicated language, I'm gonna say it. Like, we just have so many words for
everything.
so many things, and they're really long words.
Yeah.
But, like, my favorite songs ever are in Spanish.
Yeah.
Because
When
it's
it's
just
done,
such a
like,
wonderful
really
language.
well, it's just...
So, we try to make a point of, like, having at least one Spanish song on each album. And for this song, ¿Qué más quieres? We originally had this song and it was in English, but we were like
listening to it, we were like, this sounds like a track in
Spanish.
Spanish.
Yeah.
It just sounds...
And so we
changed it.
rewrote the whole lyrics. We
But,
changed
like,
the topic.
The week we had to record it.
Not even a week. The day. It was so
day.
bad.
The day. We wrote the whole...
We just pushed it out of the way for so long because writing in Spanish is hard.
But it turned out great.
My mom helped us write the
Yes.
lyrics.
For the
Fun
song.
fact.
Yes.
She's great.
Shout out to Mom.
She's not a musician, but she pulls through when it comes to the
Yes.
Spanish
Yeah.
lyrics. She does.
So
¿Qué
good.
más quieres is basically based off on the TikTok phrase, gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. It's about manipulating somebody, basically.
It's a really fun song.
Some
It's
people
so
have been
fun.
like, how do I relate to this? Like, are you trying to
no.
manipulate me? I'm like, it's
just
not that
fun.
deep.
It's
It's
just
just
a
a
silly
fun little song.
Yeah.
And when we played it for the first time, it was in Mexico City.
Yeah.
And to hear such a large crowd just shout back, like, Dime, ¿qué más quieres? Was incredible. And we just went on tour in Europe. And being like in, I don't know, the Czech Republic or Germany, and having people scream that back at you in your native language.
Speaking Spanish!
It's just amazing. We're very, it's one of my favorite songs on this
For
whole
sure.
album.
And also, go check out the music video if you haven't. It's a very fun music video.
I directed it.
Pau's
I was
debut as a director.
co-directing it. It was so much fun.
Yes.
And usually when we're writing, I have Pinterest boards for everything. I write with like a lot of
Visuals
visual
in mind.
things paired with it. So for this song, to have the music video with what I imagined since the very beginning was just like a very big dream come true. Yeah.
That is an excellent technique for anybody who writes songs and finds themselves with writer's block to use. Is just get a whiteboard or get some Post-it notes or something and put them on the wall and create a scene. And maybe something happens in the scene. And then after you've done that to your satisfaction, write about it in a set of lyrics. And there you go. You've got a roadmap. And I applaud her for using that technique.
I like the song as well. You know, the music, even though I don't really understand a word of the lyrics, but that's okay. It's another one of those songs where, like, especially in the second verse, and during the second verse, Pau is just like hitting a lot of the drums and like very few of the cymbals, if at all.
Yeah, she does that with a lot of songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Like, she does it with Dull Knives.
Yeah, and this is another song where she does that. And I also just like the crunchiness of the chorus, too.
It's got everything, you know. It's got a great tempo. I mean, you can't help but, you know, do this when you're listening to it. It's a very up song, even if the words are like, what more do you want? So, yes, a stellar track. Now let's move ahead to More, track 5 on the album. It was another one where when I first heard it, I wasn't sure what to make of it because this was another early single, along with Sick. It came out before, actually, a few months before. But it sounded quite different than what was on Error. And then they played it acoustically on XFM, and I got it. Let's hear their thoughts on this one.
More!
Oh my god!
So this was the first official single of this new era. Yes.
Right?
It's already a year ago. That was a year ago.
I remember when we released it, we were super nervous.
Yes.
Because out of the whole album, this is like kind of like the poppiest one.
Yeah.
And all of it.
It lives in that
And
pocket of very...
Like pop rock-ish.
It's very dancey.
It is dancey. It's really funky.
It
Like
is funky.
the patterns that I'm playing on the drums,
Yeah.
funk. It's funk.
I like the bass.
Ooh,
All
that bridge.
the harmonies that we're doing are very funk related as well, like very disco-y 70s.
For sure.
So we were scared of how people were gonna react to it. I feel like it had a good reaction.
Yeah.
People took it like it's very different from what we usually
Yeah.
released. So I feel like people were kind of like, do I like it? Do I not? But now,
But
people
when we
like
play it live,
I
actually,
love playing that song live.
it is such a
It's
hard-hitting
so
song.
fun. Yeah.
It
And
is.
there are various, now that like a year has passed, we play it live and it starts and people go absolutely insane.
Yeah.
We wrote more with Anton DeLoss and Nico Rubio. It was one of those times, I feel like it's the only time where we've had another songwriter in the room who can also speak Spanish.
Yep.
It was
So that was so different for us. It was really fun. And more is about wanting more in life and just like looking for that constantly. And I play the cowbell on this song.
That's true.
And actually, it is one of the hardest parts in like the whole album. I struggle so much to like actually like be
I
in
can
the
see
pocket.
your face of
Like,
like
yeah.
concentrating playing that live.
Get it right, get it right.
I'm
Also-
usually just staring at the cowbell.
That was like I think that was the first song I recorded on the bass, and it was so different because Anton loves like doing slides and bends and stuff like that.
Anton and his slides.
And because Danny recorded like guitars first, I had to match every slide and bending Danny did perfectly, and it was so hard.
I remember I was in that booth for like 2 hours recording the backing vocals for this because there's just so many layers.
Yeah.
But honestly,
It turned
so
out
good.
great. I love
They're
them.
really
Yeah.
good
I love
harmonies
it.
on this song. I love them.
Yeah.
So they kind of just echoed what I was saying. Like it was kind of out of nowhere, but it worked. It works great live.
Yeah, I guess my impression of it, it sounds like a very hungry and thirsty song somehow.
Oh yeah.
Just from what I can get of the lyrics and everything. And
So it's like Oliver Twist asking for more gruel.
perhaps.
Lisa.
And I think though the chorus, it just somehow sounds like ecstasy.
Yeah. Yeah. They use another wide range, even just within the chorus itself. Because you're in the basement for the bass and the bass and drums, and then you're way up in the clouds for the other stuff. So yeah, I think it's very effective, and it's got a good riff. I hear what they're talking about with the bending, and that does show up in quite a number of their songs, as we see now. And it's used as kind of an effect to pull you in deeper, or if you're really showing off a big emotion, it kind of unsteadies things a little bit to really drive home that emotion. Yeah, okay, so good thoughts. Yeah, I do like this track. So, okay, the next one is Escapism. Now, this is one that never got a music video. It came out with the album. That was the first time we got to hear it, and they've since debuted it, and people seem to really enjoy it when it's played live, and I think it's a very strong live track. It's an unusual song. Many of these songs kind of trace into other areas, other genres, It's like more of a melting pot mixture, smorgasbord of sounds. They do all, encircle each other. They have similarities, but they kind of go far afield amongst them. And this is one of those that is kind of out on its own on an island, but a good island. I think this is another very successful song, and I really like the lyric sheet on it too.
Escapism. I love that we've said this about a couple of songs, but I feel like it's the first song we wrote for this album.
This was her second ever co-write.
Yeah.
Through Zoom.
It was through Zoom.
But you know what? Yeah, this song was a COVID baby. Like, literally, it's like a Zoom session
It was in 2021.
in our basement, kind of like, let's write something.
Yeah,
It was
we
like
wrote
our
it with
second
Boone,
songwriter.
and he was
Songwriter.
amazing to work with. We were still getting used to like writing with other people, and since it was through Zoom, Boone was like doing the track, and we were top lining.
Yeah.
And I had never heard the term top line before. He was like, "You can top line," and I was like, "What does
is
that
that?"
mean? Please explain yourself." But it was just so much fun.
So much fun.
The topic is not that fun. Escapism is about trying to escape your reality and just being in your head the whole time, like daydreaming the whole time. I call it the Halloween song because it has a Halloweeny vibe.
Yeah, it does. Like
that riff. Does that not sound like Halloween to you? It does.
It does.
But the song changed a lot.
Yeah,
like when the drum pattern changed into the, I feel like that's when it hit me. Like, oh my god, like I'm gonna be able to dance to the song and like violently headbang to it as well. It was just a very nice mix.
And on the vocals, it's like very low. I feel like
it's our lowest chorus.
It is. Well. I think we've never done
we were worried
that does
about
not
that.
go up.
We were really worried about that.
But we made a point of it. When we were writing the song, we were like, we don't want to do a typical chorus where you just spelled it out. We want to do something different.
And we made it work. The three of us singing that part, it's like gang vocals.
Right.
So
when we were recording the gang vocals for that, oh my god. So the studio where we recorded vocals, guitars, and basses in. I don't know how to explain this because it's in a mall. Yeah, the studio is in a mall. Okay, so imagine that somebody has like a store.
Yeah.
And
it's like a local.
And there's just a studio in there, but you have stores and restaurants right next to you. There was a dance studio literally right across.
But like Anton didn't want to record in the soundproof room.
So we did it like in bigger lobby, let's say. But the doors are made of glass. So everyone can hear things outside. So we were just screaming the chorus for like a good 20 minutes. And you would see people just passing by like, what's going on?
We closed the curtains. Yeah. So we did.
Yeah. And we were trying to like not get the children screaming into the mic because ballet classes are hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Escapism was one of my favorite songs to record. Yeah. Because when you do get those drum patterns, like with the bass, when I was tight and grooving,
so
I felt like a complete like machine. I felt so powerful when things did go. Now, playing that live, I feel like it's either gonna be like the most impactful thing that we've ever played,
or the most like underwhelming.
Or like, it's gonna be the most impactful.
It went pretty well.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have high hopes for it.
Yeah. Can you imagine being at a mall and hearing somebody going in the storefront? Ah! What? Ah! Oh.
Studio in a mall.
I don't know. Let's get some kung pao chicken and think about it. I don't know.
I wonder what the studio was called.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's no telling. Well, I was kind of wondering what Anton did to set up a studio there. Maybe he rented out a mall space. Maybe that's what he did. I've never actually heard of that before, but there's no reason he couldn't have done that, so long as they could work out the sound issues.
It sounded like a song about escapism and about. I was thinking about wanting to escape somewhere, but not quite being able to do it. Yeah, they talk about closing your eyes and it all fades. Closing your eyes is half the job. The other half is, of course, getting out of the situation, whatever situation you're in that you're trying to escape from.
Yeah, well said. And I agree. It's another one of those topsy-turvy riffs. The pre-chorus before going into the chorus, where it goes.
It's the hope that kills you.
Yeah.
I love that line, too.
Yeah, there's some fine moments in this song, Yeah. I definitely like that song quite a bit. Okay, so folks, as we go along, why don't you let us know what you think of each song? Just let us know your thoughts. Let us know any personal experiences you've had with the songs at shows or anything like that, or in your life where it made a difference. Be interested to find out. And keep following us as we continue the album. All right. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed our presentation, please subscribe. All right. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right. Take care, folks.
See you all later.